I just want to take a quick few minutes here to share with you what we did on Monday, if you missed, or a review. Pay attention to this because I'm going to explain a few things about Odysseyware as well. I know that's a work in progress, a substitute for the textbook. So remember, we did the syllabus introduction, and I did go over very briefly. If you've not done so, please add remind. This is very important. I may send out a remind today about these instructions, and then completing the syllabus acknowledgement and survey, paying a special attention to the questions that I'm asking you to look at. I'm going to cover myself up here because you're probably tired of looking at this point. And then remember that always the weekly agendas are down here. And you can see, and they're rough plans, but the Monday 8:31 one is done. I have moved out the Odysseyware lessons, characteristics of government, and purposes of government. I have moved those out to be due on Friday. I know that there's a little bit there. So if you're putting in a solid effort, and I'm going to suggest that you really put in an effort and not just Google around them. While I'm counting it as a completion grade for like 80% or better, and you may be able to reattempt them. The actual text, the actual assignments will benefit you because we're not going to maybe do as many notes this time, so there could be more independent work, and you may be able to use those as resources as we go along to in learning these topics. So important to understand that as we go along. So the Odysseyware, let's look at that. Dalton let me log in as him, so I'm going to log in as your first at last. Seven. So putting in the password. I have secret information. So here's the Odysseyware. This is what you see. You go to the what's new. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to learn right up here, and this is all of his classes. Now you only see one thing at a time. That's the way it goes. It rolls. Ignore the deadlines on Odysseyware. Okay, ignore the deadlines on Odysseyware. What you need to pay attention to is the what I say. So there's what are the deadlines outlined in classroom and in class. And for this one, they're going to be the 2 lessons with questions, multiple choice, a few short answer are due on Friday based on the sections. So like if you go into let's just go into Dalton's characteristics of government, but you can see all of your what's been, because it's rolling. You can see all of what's been laid out for that unit. If you go into courses, then you can see the various principles and origins of government. This is a unit within that unit. If you click on that, you see different lessons, and these are the first 2 lessons. It rolls out. It says it's due on 9/9. It is that. Ignore that. It says it's due on 8/31. Ignore that. We're setting the due dates in class. This works automatically, so it makes you go in order. So it says it's signed, says that started because it's a rolling. Once you get the characteristics of government done, then you move on to purposes of government. Okay, so that's how that's working. You can do it from the assignments tab, or you can go to courses. And obviously this will work for all your courses, and then go over and click on the arrow, and then it'll drop down into the different lessons. So let's say I start characteristics of government for Dalton. So, and then there's different readings here, and a few games. But then he could read the next session, or he could work on the questions based on that section. So it's asking him what characteristic of unlimited government, and then what are the characteristics of limited government. I mean, you could search these, but you're better off looking these up and taking a read on this as you go along. I'm giving you more time, and then there's videos or something to practice with these. Select each set of flags to fly. Find out how information of freedom of expression and voting rights are applied in limited and unlimited governments. So
the leaders of unlimited governments use their absolute
information
power to
about
restrict
this.
or
So
prohibit
it's basically
freedom of expression and voting rights.
The text. It's basically replacing the text. So again, I went through a little bit of that as we go along here, and it's giving you your progress. So both of those sections, those lessons, the characteristics of government And then if you're going to go to courses, you can see that there's actually 2 units nestled in within this particular segment. So characteristics and purposes are what's going to be due on Friday. Characteristics and purposes are what's going to be due on Friday. The other thing we started was this Padlet, and all you were really needed to do here was to introduce yourself on the Padlet and give a picture. And you might not be able to see them yet for everybody because I'm going through and approving them. Don't worry about these for now. We'll continue these on Tuesday. So again, a lot of the characteristics, purposes of government is the main focus here. So that covers what if you missed or if you need clarification on Odyssey Ware. That provides that clarification. I'll go through more of the syllabus tomorrow. The syllabus you can read again. A lot of the work has changed on the syllabus in terms of like how the assessments are laid out and some of the guidelines for remote learning.